Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome in to the SFA. We've got bowl season coming at you here. Hello, there we go. Alright, let me know if you can hear me. I muted myself. Should be able to hear me, but yeah, the SFA BearCave, we've got bowl season. Just let me know you can hear me and we can get started. I should be good now. But yeah, 15 user bowl games in the BearCave format. Welcome in, Mush. So yeah, I mean, a bunch of user games, a bunch of fun games. Not really any massive surprises in the first 10. So yeah, we're gonna get started here. I don't have a date for when the playoffs gonna start. I'm hoping to start it on Monday. Yes, I believe Kiko is playing. That's why you were. I think I put you as a 10-point favorite. Let me just open up my energy drink here. Alrighty. So, yeah, sure, everybody likes bowl games or whatever, but what we're really playing for today is off-season strategies. If you are a user and you win a bowl game, you get one of the following 4 choices. You can get a player card for recruiting early, before everybody else from a state of your choosing. You can raise the overall of one of your existing SFA players +2, so you cannot use this on incoming freshmen. It has to be on existing players on your team. You could get a $40,000 recruiting budget bonus for the following season, or you can get an additional transfer portal scholarship for this cycle at the end of this season. So if you win a game today, please DM me. I'll be DMing you if I don't hear from you, but the quicker you guys get these in, the better. So yeah, that's what really is at stake today. And as we saw, Coach Moo is the first user coach to get himself an off-season strategy outside of the college football playoff users that get them automatically. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. We do bowl season the exact same way I do conference championships. BearCave sim to the end. If it's close, we'll watch the ending at the 5-minute mark. So to get started here, first game on the slate is Kent State and Southern Miss. So Southern Miss finally drawing a pretty good opponent one of these years. You've got Kent State against B-Dog in the SFA Independence Bowl. So B-Dog, if you are here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Remember, the better team has the quote-unquote home uniforms. And so yeah, let's get started here. This is the SFA Bowl game. Kent State, the Golden Flashes versus the Golden Eagles. And we've got rain here for the Independence Bowl. This might be the first time we've ever seen gameplay for Kent State. So we got 15 games here, and then obviously the Citrus Bowl will be a game day later on tonight. I was able to start these a little bit earlier, about an hour earlier than normal, so we can fit all of these in and get you guys out on a decent time. Alright, I mean, Southern Miss, if you care about Bowl Mania, was an 8.5-point favorite in this game. If you did participate in the Sportsbook Mania, you only care about money line for this game. Remember, BearCave potentially could be decided today. So, top 3 people get rewards. Alright, Independence Bowl. We are recording. I got my notebook out and ready to go. Alright, I don't see B-Dog here, so he's just going to kick. All right, user bowl season is off. We always see some crazy matchups. Kent State out to the early lead, 10-0 now. So not a great start for B-Dog here. Can he find a way back in it? He adds a field goal. You would think that this rain would favor them. They do tie it up. And to end the half, it's going to end 10-10. So we got a barn burner here. Maybe the Golden Flashes felt a little disrespected for the last week, being an 8.5-point dog. They currently have the lead as we head to the fourth quarter. Remember, if it's still within a one-score game, then we will watch it. Once we're inside 5 minutes here. Kent State has the ball. Can they push it up 2 scores? We are going to watch 3rd and 2. Can Southern Miss get off the field? I believe this team has not yet won a bowl game in B-Dog's tender. So they bring a blitz. They cover it. Wide open man, the drag route. Oh, boy. So first down, new school record. You're going to see that all day long as we are in bowl season. So anyone who's broken a record this season, it will show us. Also, as always, there's some wacky stuff that happens in bowl season when you use editors. So if there are any errors, I can manually fix them, or we'll make do. As Rushing keeps it this time, he has a lot of room. You would think that this defense would be able to stop the option game. So a very surprising game here from B-Dog's Southern Miss. So we'll see, can they get a stop? 2nd and 4 here for Kent State. Only 3 men rushing. He dumps that off, and it's contested, but he brings it in. So 3rd and short now. As we continue on here, just under 4 minutes. All the time in the world, dumps it off to the running back, and that's a first down. James Gibbs. All right, can Kent State push this to 2 scores? They dump that off, and that is dropped. Could have been called a fumble, potentially, but Kent State surprising a lot of people, including myself. I didn't give them a chance. Second goal, handoff up the gut. Can he get in? And no, they bring him down. 3rd and goal. Even if they stop him for a field goal, though, it is going to go to 2 scores and put Southern Miss in a tough hole. But goal line stands for both teams now. 3rd and goal, rushing under center. They're just going to run some clock, rightfully so. We're going to toss it out wide, and he has the edge. Touchdown, Kent State. They surprise everybody, and they go up 2 scores now on Southern Miss. So now, as always, we got to sim a possession here. And a 90-yard return for a touchdown for Amari Snowden, SFA player, coming up absolutely clutch. Let's watch now. We're going to see what they can do here. 2 minutes left. So if you guys remember earlier on in the season, Southern Miss lost a game because of a kickoff return in the final second. Now they get back in it. They still have all of their timeouts. It's a 1-score game, so this game just completely turned on its head. They just need 1 stop. They have all the timeouts left. Kent State back on offense. This time, they sure up the kick in your team. All right, is Southern Miss, is D. Dowis going to get a chance here? Keep it up the gut. Risky giving it to your quarterback in this rain. All right, 2nd and 7. Trips to the right. That whole left side's wide open. 2nd and 7. They are just going to run clock. Southern Miss chose not to use the timeouts yet, trying to save at least one. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. Are they going to throw it? They're crowning the box. They don't think so. It's a delayed draw. No, QB keeps it, but they see it coming. They stop him in the backfield. Nice job by Southern Miss staying home. But now they're coming out empty. So they're going for the win here. Can Kent State finish it? Wide open man dumps it off, but he misses a step, and Pat Beck can't get there. Southern Miss is going to get the ball back. They were down by 2 touchdowns with under 3 minutes left. And now they have the ball with a timeout and a chance to tie it up. What a change here in the SFA Independence Bowl. We're going to get another return opportunity now. D. Dowis coming out to the field. He has not played his best game, but obviously this is where legacies are written in the postseason. Chance for an offseason strategy. 1st and 10. They're already in Yaman range. They're just going to dump that off. That is the running back. And they give him the first down, so the clock actually stops. Ray Rice there on the catch, SFA player. Four wide here. Immediately throws that one away. D did not like where he was going with that ball. Second and 10 now, D. Dowis. It's going to be a screen pass. They get it off. And the blocking doesn't hold up. Ray Rice only gets 2. Why is Ray Rice getting all the work here? Are the top 2 running backs hurt? Did we get an injury to the other 2? Interesting. Well, 3rd and 8 here. D over the middle. They're going to convert and a lot more. This drive's still going. Antonio Shelton, as soon as you think this team is down and out, they come right back with a big play. Southern Miss heating it up now. They are inside the 30. Split back set. Oh boy, D's going to take off. This is where he's the most dangerous. He breaks a tackle and gets about to the 10, but the clock does not stop. They're calling it 2nd down here. They're going to come up and spike it. What an opening game we have here. Southern Miss down 2 touchdowns. Inside 3 minutes, we get a kick return to get back within 1. A 3 and out, and now we're inside the red zone with a chance to tie. They're going to throw it. Oh boy, D slips. He stays up. He dumps it off. That's Ray Rice. Ray Rice up the middle inside the 10. How crazy it would be if Ray Rice is the hero. They're going to run a real play here. 1st and goal. The inside 30 seconds. D, he takes off and he breaks one and he fumbled the ball! Kent State recovers! D. Dowis! What a choke! I said legacy defining. Whether that's good or bad remains to be seen, but oh my God. D. Dowis, one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the country, just threw away his game. Heartbreak. And that is the kind of play that honestly could tarnish someone's reputation. Incredible. You had everything. All right, barring a miracle, Kent State's going to finish this one out. They get a run to the right side. All they got to do is kneel it out, and they win this game. What a way to start out the BearCave stream. Now, Kent State is a user, but they're inactive, so they will be kicked from their team here after the season, unfortunately. So, unless they come back. So this team will open up a 7-6 Kent State coming off a bowl game win. Incredible. Another rough postseason loss here for Kent State. D. Dowis broke a tackle, trying to make something happen, and he fumbles inside the 10. Ridiculously tough. And for postseason, I'm gonna go through the scoring summary and go through all the stats like normal. But I want to make sure I do a more thorough job, just because we do have the score card glitch in the UI menus in the main menu. So I want to make sure that I at least have record of these scoring summaries if we ever need them. And here's that fumble. What a play by the defender. Rogers punching it right out. All right. So, yeah, it looks like Ray Rice had the majority of the carries. Amari Snowden, SFA player, did get that return. D. Dowis not the best. And then on the ground, he had obviously the key fumble. Peyton Hillis. Tybo Rogers only had one carry here. Bobby Joe Toot. Hafer gave up a sack. Snowden. Montgomery got an interception. Moose. All right, and then Kent State, how'd they do? Quarterback did pretty well. It's a tough way to lose. It was an evenly matched game. It just seemed like Southern Miss couldn't convert in those critical situations. All right. So there you have it. Our first Stream Bowl winner, the Kent State Golden Flashes, already busting any brackets or any Bowl Mania submissions. Let me get my players of the game as usual. What a game for Snowden, though. All right, next up on our list here is we've got Michigan State and Ball State. So let's go find that game. This is another one that nobody thought would be close here in the Sickos Sun Bowl. So we can ask if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. And this was a 17-point favorite for Michigan State. So we'll see what coaches thought here. Ball State is an option team. They hung with Buffalo for about a half in the MAC championship until they got blown out. Michigan State, on the other hand, has all their starters back, besides maybe Calvin Johnson's, but I believe McBurnfinger's back. He put Henry Green back in. So they should be at full strength when they were a top 10 team. But like some people say, injuries don't matter, so who knows? Ball State might shock the world. I was really impressed, though, by this Ball State offense in the first half of the MAC championship. It is up on the YouTube channel if you want to go check it out. They had a couple big-time plays. Sicko Sun Bowl here in El Paso, where UTEP plays. It's a bit of a vacation here for these Big Ten and MAC teams up north, escaping the cold. So will this one stay close? I don't see anything from McNasty, so it's going to be heads and kick. And he did not win the toss. All right, opening quarter here, and 7-0 for Ball State early, so not quite sure what's happening with these bowl games so far. The favorites are not showing out. They did not travel. Maybe they had some holdouts. Ball State giving them a fight. Michigan State, you'd think, would start pulling away. Also, we're relatively low scoring so far as well. So I haven't seen a lot of scores quite yet. A lot of good defense being played. Obviously, a lot of time for these teams to prepare. And what is Ball State doing? Ball State is handing it and giving Michigan State the business. 34-7? What a crazy result. And just like that, 34-7, the game is over. What happened? Yeah, Hank Green, Carpenter, Atkinson, Douglas, but what in the world kind of a result is this? Henry Green back at quarterback. The only thing I could think is that Michigan State just lost all chemistry on their offense at switching quarterbacks back and forth the last couple of weeks. Absolutely. Yeah, McBurn figure was even back. He got 15 carries, only 58 yards. This might be the worst showing of his career. Calvin Johnson was even back. So this was a team at full strength that just got smoked. Chuck Lamas as well. Dwayne Johnson did his thing, but no sacks. What an impressive and mind-boggling result here for Ball State. So Austin Fields 3-1. Douglas through the air. I guess they decided to pass a whole lot more, even though they were running like an option playbook when we watched them live. Randy Ball, Aqib Talib doing his thing. 2 deflections. We got an interception from Robert Bell. I mean, the coach for Ball State isn't necessarily an active coach either, but Mr. Miami Dolphins, if you're here, you get an off-season strategy. So if you would like, I'm going to DM you it here, but my gosh, yeah, Mac is now 2-0 in these bowl games. All right, so let's... That is probably one of the bigger surprises I've ever seen in our bowl seasons. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Mango. All right, well, moving on to our next game is we got Georgia State and LSU. So another chance here early on in this stream for G5s to show us what's what. So, Skyflyer, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Now, we're kind of used to LSU choking in these big-time situations. They were up towards the top 10 at some point early on in the year, and they just took a nosedive, typically how it goes every year. So can Skyflyer climb out of the dirt? Remember, folks, if you want to hear offers for a new job next season, you got to let me know before the national championship is over. Remember the transfer portal is coming after coaching changes as well. We've got the IMP Armed Forces Bowl on the slate now. 14-point favorite for LSU, but we know that means nothing considering the last two underdogs have won. So can Georgia State keep the upset train going? They've had a really good year, considering where they've been. All right, that is a massive field logo there in the middle. And LSU looks to be taking care of these bozos early on, 17-0. That is finally something that should happen, actually happening. 31-0 here in the first half. This one is going to be a slaughter. 48-3. This just makes you feel like LSU left something on the bone early on in the year. 62-10. And there it is. All right, you got Keller, Terrell Pryor. Kind of how it goes. See, you say that, Mango, and then they'll be right back here at 6-6. Pretty good day. I mean, this is a team that grossly underperforms their potential every year. And then they blow it out and then they're going to blow out the bowl game, and then everyone's like, "Oh, they're underranked, they're undervalued," and then we rank them top 25, and then they go 6-6 again. Greg Kraft gets an interception. Mumu Bin1, SFA player. Will he be back next year? Who knows? All right, 62. Let's check out Georgia State. I mean, Brown, 3 interceptions. You're not going to do anything doing that. Horner, their best player, their star freshman, 2 yards on 10 carries. Goolsby got over 100. Now, on defense, this team would be in a lot better spot if this coach actually decided to ever recruit. But yeah. So, Skyflyer, if you're watching, let me know if you'd like a off-season strategy. You now get the choice. Pick one of the 4. Let me know via DM. And I missed the players of the game. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, well. Let me get the ones in here, just so I have them. Where is this LSU game? Here we go. Nice little 12 tackles. All right, next up was we got a fun one. We got Llama and we got Dave, Texas, and UNLV. So Texas, if you're here. Dave, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive in the Pash Gasparilla Bowl. Remember, we're just going to move along. We've got lots of bowl games to get through. More rain here, so rain impacting a lot of these bowl games this season. Nine and 3 Rebels taking on 6-6 Texas Longhorns. Barely got into a bowl game. Very odd team for Texas this year. Lost team was like Akron, and then they showed that they could compete with other teams, and then they got blown out on BearCave. So really a mixed bag from this team. Fist bump and fried chicken G. Moosamania, sure, man. Fried chicken. Could go for some fried chicken today. All right, we got Texas and picking heads. Don't see him in chat. All right, here we go. Texas and UNLV in the Gasparilla Bowl. And no score yet. UNLV gets off to a quick start. Can Texas hang with them? They've struggled on BearCave this season. Looks pretty even here early on. UNLV open up the scoring here. Up 2 scores. Up 3 scores before the quarter ends. The G5 is just giving it to the Power 5 conferences today. 31-7. Oh, baby. Is this one going to stay close? Quick touchdown there by Texas. Can they get it within a score? Does not look like it. Still down 18, under 2 minutes remaining. And UNLV gets it done. So, Coach Lama. Lama gets it done here. Big time win over Dave. Easton did his thing. You know what? A valiant effort there. 3-1. You can't be too mad on that. They didn't have their starting running back in this game, Todd Phillips. So kind of hard to overcome that. But on defense, you got Myron Gibbs, his last game, SFA player. Mustafa Farouk didn't do anything in pass defense. Sonny Myers, only 4 tackles. Got an interception there. And then Lama, Dyron Satterfield putting up a fantastic stat line there. Odom came in for Archer, so Archer didn't look to finish the game there. Tremaine Gresham getting 2 catches. On defense, Delta O'Neal didn't do any, no picks. Really no extracurriculars for this defense other than Vernon Robinson. That's all you need sometimes. All right. So big time game here, or big time start for these G5 teams. Way to go, way to go. Some big time surprises, even though they were favored. Remember, off-season strategies if you win your bowl game. Oh, Mush is sweating. His first ever bowl game coming up. They really haven't been close scoring. I think this one very well could be. Mush, since Northwestern is designated as the away team for this game, you get to call heads or tails. We got the TCS LA Bowl. Very evenly matched team. So Mushbrain, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Hawaii wearing all blacks here. This is supposed to be SoFi Stadium, but they can't really recreate it, so it's just like an outside stadium. It's impossible to like recreate that over the head indoor thing. What is that called? A canopy? Yeah, very close matchup here on paper. Northwestern obviously has one of the best wins in the country over Ole Miss on BearCave, but then they've kind of struggled inside the Big Ten. That's really where the majority of their struggles have come. Yeah, I love weekly roundup. Like I said, there was no chance that Hawaii would lose this game, and if they did, it's because of injuries. So, let's see what happens. The TCS Network Bowl never fails, and you said tails and receive. All right. Boom, he wants the ball. All right, that's bulletin board material. Hawaii and Northwestern. Let's see what happens. Battle of the Medias. And early on, nothing much happening. Couple little stalled drives in positive territory and a 0-0 score to start it out. As we head to the other side, Northwestern gets the first score. So it's Hawaii who's been stalling out in plus territory, but they tie it up. Once again, 7-7 here at halftime. Very, very low scoring. Let's see what happens in this third quarter. Nothing so far. Honestly, there's been almost no drives for Northwestern that do anything other than their touchdown drive. And then Hawaii keeps stalling out right in positive territory. Oh boy, this one seems to be heating up. As we get inside 5 minutes, we will jump on in 4th and 7, and they are punting it back. Hawaii has the ball at 7-7, just as you like it. And a touchdown right before we get in there. It's a 36-yard rush from Hawaii. Oh, baby. Northwestern now on their back foot, and here we go. Down a touchdown against Hawaii. Their offense hasn't done much, but we've seen this offense all season long. Foster, he's a quarterback I love watching live. So Pierre Smith, it's 3rd and 1 now. Gotta pick this up. Ricky Foster, 9 of 20 today. So Hawaii's absolutely shutting down these passing lanes so far. All right, we're under center. Gonna hand it off, and he gets it. All right, Northwestern, fresh set of downs. Zone, obviously, here for Hawaii. Can Foster finally figure out this defense? He's yamming it down the seam. Finds the man. Finds the hole in the defense. Big time catch for Leon Fry. 28 yards. And Northwestern is in business. Right on cue, Mr. Mushbrain. We're across the 50 now. Northwestern starting to heat up. You can't keep this team down forever. Foster, he has all the time in the world. Oh, and they call that incomplete. For a second, I thought they were going to say it was a fumble. This pesky Hawaii team has been playing so well this year. 8-4 in the Mountain West, and a conference that we've seen today can hang with the big boys. Handoff here. It's a counter. He breaks one, and he goes down at 3rd and long here now for Northwestern. Things are starting to get chippy. Third and 10. Quick 3-step drop. He's throwing it out wide, and once again he finds his man Fry. But wait, there's a flag. It was a screen pass that took way too long to develop, so the receiver got way too far down there, started blocking the defenders deep, and it is coming backwards. You can't do that. So 3rd and 20 now. Hawaii on the brink of elation. 3rd and 20. It's going to be a mid-screen, and he's sacked! Oh, Lord, this couldn't be going any worse. 4th and 30 here for Northwestern. And they bring out the punt team. From 3rd and 10 to 4th and 30. Oh, they're punting it now, and a big-time tackle there. Chaz Cooper. So Northwestern trusting the defense. They've been playing really well today. Only 14 points given up. They got to rely on the defense now to get a stop. All Hawaii needs to do is get a few first downs. We saw this team live midway through the season. Oh, he bites on the pump fake, but no, he gets back to him. Brad Harris held on a little too long. Randy Wiggins got juked out of his shoes, but he recovers and makes up for it. Surprised Hawaii, they kept deciding to throw the ball there, but didn't end up mattering now as they're going to start taking time off the clock here. As we reach inside 2 minutes, Northwestern needs a score. Remember, the problem was turnovers in that game day game against UNLV. 2nd and 13. It's going to be an end around. What a call from Wooly. As he only gets about 6 there. So 3rd and medium. Bringing out the end arounds here in the bowl game. You love to see it. All right, this could be the game. 3rd and 7. Can Northwestern get a stop? It's short. Axel Brooks, the SFA player, didn't have enough to get there, and we've got an injury. Axel Brooks looks to be hurt. The SFA tight end. So Northwestern's going to get another stop. We'll check on the Axel Brooks injury a little bit later as we get a nice return here. And okay, we're going to get back. We're going to get the ball back here at the 45 for Northwestern. They need a touchdown. Minute 50. 1 timeout left. The exact same situation Southern Miss was in a little bit earlier on, and they failed. Can Northwestern find a way to tie this game up in the TCS LA Bowl? You know what? A deflection, William White! Have yourself a day! He had the sack on the last drive to make it 4th and 30, and then he comes up clutch with a diving deflection. Holy smokes! All right, Northwestern. 2nd and 10, Risky Foster. They've been playing out of their minds. What do you do? He does it again. He fits it between 3 defenders. Corey Pope for 23. We're inside the 35 now. 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Coming back out in this pistol. They love it. Foster again. Only a 3-man blitz. He just dumps it off. Can he get that first down? No, Leon Fry is stopped short, so the clock continues to run. Second and 2. And they pick it up. He floats that. That was dangerous, but Leon Fry gets the first down. William White, big hit on Leon Fry, but first down's all that matters. We're now up to 50% passing for Ricky Foster. Inside the 25. Threatening the red zone as we pass a minute left in the TCS LA Bowl. Down the middle. Can he get there? Touchdown, Northwestern. They tie the game up. But it was too much time left on the clock. 55 seconds. Hawaii has all 3 timeouts. What does Wooly have in his back pocket? Coach Wooly. Gotta think this is a home game for Hawaii. A lot of people traveling over. They need a touchdown or a field goal to win this game in regulation. 3 timeouts left. Only a 3-man rush. Harris, he's going to throw it to the boundary. He finds his man who drags the toes. First down, Hawaii. What a throw from Harris. Bernard Davis with a beautiful foot drag. And now we're up to the 40. 50 seconds left. Clock is stopped. We still don't have an update on Axel Brooks. He looks fine there as he runs a route. They dump it off to him. He stiffies a man. No, that's Mark Thomas. So Axel Brooks is out of this game. We still don't have an update. So 3 timeouts left here for Hawaii. 30 seconds left here as they keep adjusting the play. And they're continuously doing it. What is Hawaii doing? Are they trying to get a jump? They're not going to even snap the ball. So Hawaii, I guess, is fine taking this to overtime. I guess Wooly gave them the signal. Oh, they almost got a jump there from a jumpy Northwestern defender. All right, 5 seconds left. This might be one of the last plays of the game. We are yamming it deep. And it's dropped, and the clock hits triple zeros. We're headed to overtime in the LA Bowl. All right, Mushbrain, heads or tails, offense or defense? Our first overtime bowl game of the day. We had 2 simmed ones. Heads or tails. This time he wants to be on defense. All right. So Hawaii is going to start out with the ball first. Here we go. And we still got plenty of bowl games left as well. Big time day for content here. Man in motion. Let's see what Hawaii decides to do. We've really only seen Northwestern today. Quick option. He gets the pitch off. Runs over a man. Hawaii inside the 5. What a run. Suggs putting the team on his back here today. What a call. They both thought Harris was going to keep it, and Suggs was all alone. 1st and goal now. Can Hawaii punch this in? They're going to throw it. Harris, plenty of time. No, he runs out. He's sacked back at the 15. So pretty much erasing half of that Suggs run. We now got 2nd and goal from the 14. 2nd and goal now. Hawaii. Throwing it to the boundary. No, out of bounds. Nobody in range. 3rd and goal. Northwestern, after a tough start to the overtime period, looks to have gotten right back and might force a field goal. Split backs. They make a guy come in. They're bringing a blitz. Down the seam and dropped. The receiver dropped it. 4th and goal now. They have a decision, and it's bringing out the field goal team. A 31-yarder from center hash. Can Hawaii take the lead in the 1st period? The kick is up. And it's good. Hawaii takes a 3-0 lead here in the 1st overtime. And now Coach Mushbrain and the Northwestern Wildcats can win it with a touchdown, tie it with a field goal, and lose with anything else. Takes a handoff. Ricky Foster all the time. Dumps that off. 6 yards. Can Northwestern make the comeback? They've yet to have a lead today. Actually, maybe they scored the 1st touchdown. I don't remember. 2nd and 4. They hand it off. And Andy Brown finds space. Touchdown Northwestern. They win the TCS LA Bowl. Boom. He found the hole, and the rest was history. A big-time run, and Hawaii collapsed. What a game, and what an introduction to bowl season for Woolley and Mushbrain. 2 coaches that have their first ever SFA bowl games get an instant classic. Now, Mushbrain, make sure to DM me which option you want out of these 4. And I'll make sure to DM all the winners of today's bowl games for their offseason strategy choices. So Big Ten finally wins themselves a bowl game today. And look at that hole. What a way to find it. Lowering his head for the 1st down, and he finds himself with all the space in the world. Exactly. In your first year as a coach, you can't expect anything better than a bowl win. That's fantastic. All right, let's check out the stats and the scoring summary here. So NU did open it up, and then Suggs got that big run. Pope, obviously, we saw that. And then the overtime period. Ricky Foster. So Hawaii was right. Woolley, if you're watching, you can blame it on the Axel Brooks injury. if you listen to the weekly roundup that he put out before this game. And Andy Brown had himself a good game. And we saw Leon Fry go ballistic watching him live. Now on defense, you got 3 sacks here. Wiggins and Harris popping off. All right, let's see what happened with Hawaii here. Got Brad Harris. He did his job. Kinnery, Suggs. So Kinnery must have left with an injury later in that game as well. And then you've got Hagan. Got a touchdown here for Mark Thomas. Now on defense, you got a sack here and 12 tackles. Big time game. And we watched William White. He had himself a day. A couple great deflections. Obviously that sack to make it 4th and 30. Big time player right there. All right, let's head on to the next game. B-Dog, you should watch it. It came down to D. Dowis inside the 10. You should watch what happened. You shouldn't spoil it for yourself. So do I get one more season with Foster, right? With COVID now? Yeah, there's been some interesting results so far. All right, so next bowl game is a fun one. We got UE and Penn State. So UE, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a team that has probably made the craziest turnaround this year, UE, and we're now officially in the Yaman Cheez-It Bowl. Oddly enough, the team with the leading rusher in the country decided to pick the Yaman Cheez-It Bowl. A bowl centered around throwing the ball deep. All right, here we go. UCLA, Penn State team looking to get back on the rise. Maybe a bowl win here. Does it? UCLA kind of just happy to be here, honestly. We didn't expect anything out of them this season, and they put up 6 wins, the leading rusher in the country. What a time to be alive for UCLA fans. And rumors have it that UE might be leaving after the crazy success she just had. So we'll see. We'll check on her in the offseason, but for now, let's see if they can get a win, if Coach UE can get her first win of her bowl career. All right, here we go. The Cheez-It Yaman Bowl in Camping World Stadium. Remember, folks, later on tonight, after all these games, we got the Citrus Bowl Classic, the most elite and prestigious non-user bowl game, or non-playoff bowl game. All right. What is UE going to be able to do here? Long, crazy things have happened all year long for UCLA. And they start out losing by 10 here in the first quarter. All right, UE, let's bring it back. Let's get A.J. Sampson the rock. There you go, putting up a field goal. 17-3 now. Sorry, I got a phone call. And 17-10 as we're itching towards the end of the third. Still a 10-point game, so we cannot jump in until UCLA gets this back within a score. We're going to go one play at a time just to see Trace get sacked. 4th and 7. Still a 2-score game, but they got an interception. All right, come on. Come on, UCLA. Boom, a big pass to Watts. Can they get it back? UCLA, no, Trace gets sacked, but touchdown. Let's go. All right, here we go, folks. 20-17, all 3 timeouts left. Can UCLA get a stop? Can we give Tavarius Trace a chance? And A.J. Sampson, the leading rusher in the NCAA. Couple of first downs will do it. This is the first time we've seen Penn State gameplay this year. Hands it off, triple option, and they stop him there. No, he stays up! What a spin run move by Javon Campbell, but they're hurrying it up here, interestingly enough, so they are not really interested in running the clock. They're interested in moving the rock. They're going to hand off again, a power run, and he gets right through. He gets stiffied, but LaRue Cabral, Andy Dodds brings him down. 3rd and 3, this is the chance for Huey. Before they have to start using the timeouts, they come out in shotgun 4 wide. 3rd and 3. What is going to be the call? They're going to run this down. Remember, if they get this first down, they'll have to start using those timeouts. Here we go. They're going to throw it. He dumps it off. Wide open man. So here we go now. UCLA is going to have to start using those timeouts here. What a big conversion from J.R. Henley. He's thrown 2 picks already today. They're not running clock. They're still going to throw the ball. Dodson again. Penn State doesn't care about the time. They're just running their offense. Now they're going to start running clock, it seems. So after this play, UCLA will start using their timeouts. They need a big stop here. Crowd the box. Whatever you need to do. They fake the handoff. They're going to throw it. Plenty of time. He throws it to the boundary. Wide open man, Danny Payne. But they stop the clock, so the field goals are still able. They still have 3 timeouts. They're still in this. Penn State still needs a first down. Hands it off now, and boom, big time tackle. LaRue Cabral goes nowhere. They're loading the box now. 2nd and 10. They run it out wide. Can they get the tackle? They do. 3rd and 10 incoming now. Third and 10. Oh boy, bunch formation now. Are they going to go for it? No, they hand it off. Can he get there? LaRue Cabral. 4th down. Huey's going to get a shot. UCLA comes up massive. They stop Penn State dead in their tracks. And they're going to get a chance. And the kick is good. They're down 6. 1:40. No timeouts left. Tavarius Trace and A.J. Sampson. We've been in this situation now twice today. Once with Southern Miss, once with Northwestern. One converted and got the touchdown. Another one failed. Is Huey going to be happy or sad? What is going to happen? 1:40 left. Tavarius Trace, A.J. Sampson. No, A.J. Sampson's not out there. He may not be in this game. He might have gotten hurt. A corner blitz. Tavarius Trace goes down. Pinball Sampson does not look to be on the field. He might have gotten a sim injury. We're going to need some Trace magic because Sampson is out, and that's not going to do it. 4th and 12. Now this game is already on the line. Not really an inspiring couple of plays here from Trace. 4th and 12. They dump it off. Can he get there? He has to break that tackle. No! SFA player Demarius Triplett makes the tackle and gives Penn State a bowl game win. 4 downs, no conversions. UCLA is going to lose. And is that the straw that breaks the camel's back and causes Huey to leave? It's crazy how sometimes the season can come down to just a one-on-one with a wide receiver and a cornerback for a first down. But there you go, your Yam and Cheez-It Bowl champions is Penn State. Coach Wallfly, I believe it is. If you are still active in the server, you now get an off-season strategy. Congratulations if you decide to be. But talk about SFA players showing up. Demarius Triplett gets the sack. And then he makes the game-winning tackle on that drive. Absolutely incredible. A player that was recruited to Penn State and left for dead when Dave went to Texas. What a game and what a start to these bowl games. For this now, we're 6 in. I believe we have 9 left before we start game day. A lot of action left to be had. And we're starting to get into the really good games now. Oh yeah, we got some barn burners coming up. Alright, Penn State, are they gonna be on the rise here? Alright, as we get through the longest outro in the history of ever. That one-on-one ended it. Next up, we have Washington and West Virginia. Alright, let's take a look at exactly what happened here. Scoring summary up first. We got Cabral, Wisebacker, Cabral, Ricky Lane. Yeah, Ricky Lane, man, he took over. So, wonder how early on it was that AJ Sampson left the game. He had 17 carries in the first half, and then he left. So, interesting. 2 touchdowns from the running back. Looks like they didn't really miss him too much, but obviously leading rusher in the country not being in is definitely tough. Brent Lester got himself an interception, Andy Dodds, and then you got George getting a couple of sacks, another interception. They had the plays, they just couldn't come up with it when we needed them most. J.R. Henley himself didn't even have a great game. LaRue Cabral, star of the show. Anthony Dawson, we saw him quite a bit there as well. But on defense, Dallas Dobbs, SFA player, 8 tackles, great time. But Demarius Triplett, the SFA player, his final game, tackle for loss, a sack, and that all-important one-on-one that he ended up winning there. Remember, folks, SFA players, no matter how good or bad, are always going to be the star of the show. It's what we've proven time and time again over the last 6 seasons of the modern era. All right, here we go now. Let's get our game of the week. Or players of the week. Brent Lester, brother of Mo. All right, there we go. So like I said, the next game up is in fact Washington and West Virginia. Got some fun ones coming up, but we've got the HRS Holiday Bowl, so after Rick and his stats, so let's see what goes on. West Virginia or Washington, are you here? I don't think so. We're going to go on board always with the away team. So Coach Damien, he is active. He recruits and everything. Both of these coaches are active. So West Virginia, big-time offseason strategy on the line here. And we've got more rain here in the Holiday Bowl. No snow yet. So, interestingly enough, gotten lucky on the snow bowl games. One of the best rush offenses in the country versus one of the best pass offenses in the country. Washington, been to the college football playoff in the last 5 years twice. West Virginia, this is actually the first time they've really been good since the start of the modern era on the NCAA 14 games. This is a dream season for them. They're happy to be here. So let's see what happens. Washington playing down, West Virginia playing way up. We're actually in San Diego, I believe, for the Holiday Bowl. I'm not sure where SDCCU stadium is. I think this is the San Diego State Stadium. But anyways, here we go. And we get off to a quick start from Washington. Can West Virginia stay in like a woolly roundup if you're listening to it? If these passing offenses that are really good get out to the quick start, it's going to be really hard for these rushing teams to get back in it. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. Up 21-7 now. West Virginia is going to have to start throwing the ball, get away from their rushing attack, and that's probably not going to end up too hot for them. But West Virginia's hanging in there. The defense keeping them within 2 scores. So here we go. If West Virginia can make something happen here, we could potentially watch this game. Oh boy, big time drive here, and that is a fumble. Oh no. So remember, not inside a score here, so we do not watch the game, as now Washington's driving right back down the field, but now they're going negative. And that's going to be a punt. All right, can West Virginia find a way to score? 4th and 15 is just not going to be the way, and that's a punt as well. And doesn't look like West Virginia is going to be competitive here, as they do make a field goal now. And an interception to finish it off. So Washington is going to win the game here in the HRS Holiday Bowl. Big time win for Coach Damien. You get an offseason strategy. Congratulations. I mean, big time game for Washington there. Joe Davis coming up clutch. Remember last time we saw this team was that crazy 4 overtime game against Arizona on BearCave, middle of the year. A sack here. Sack for Taylor. Nothing crazy. They don't really have SFA players on this team right now. They used to. All right, West Virginia, Coach Hud, Brian Nobles, only 1 interception. He will be back next year, though. Murphy only got 60 yards. That's what we're talking about. Forced to pass, kind of. And this is just kind of how it ended up. You got Travis McTaggart. You got an interception at least, and a lot of tackles for losses, but none of those big-time sacks. 1 here for Wilson, but just not enough to stay competitive in this game. Great season, though, for West Virginia, surely, as we move on to the next one. All right. So next up on the line, we have Ohio and Florida State. So Jackie Moon or Coach Black, if you're here, let me know. This is the free TC Liberty Bowl. Got Mark, Tails, and Kick. You are designated as the home team, but I don't see Coach Black, so we'll jump in with you and give you the option. All signs point to a Florida State victory, but the MAC has been incredible today. They're undefeated. They're 2-0. So can the MAC continue a strong showing here? And we've got snow now. Oh, baby. This game just turned on its head real quickly here in the free TC Liberty Bowl. Oh, boy. Ohio bringing in the snow to Memphis to try and help it out. This team down from Tallahassee does not like the does not like the snow at all. So definitely advantage Ohio now. And obviously they blend in with those white jerseys. Remember last season, Coach Black in Ohio won the transfer portal. Improved greatly. And Florida State obviously got some big-time recruits, including quarterback D'Erico Claxton, the former Northwestern coach. All right, Coach Black. They upset Kansas early on in the year. Florida State at one point was up in the top 15, and then they choked to the Clemson game, and then they kind of been on downhill spiral since, but they're out to a quick 14-0 game here to start it out. Is this going to be a blowout? Florida State, they go up 17-0. Can Ohio get a score? Yes, they do, and they score right before half. So as we enter the second half now, Ohio has some work to do here in the free TC Liberty Bowl, and now this one's getting a bit out of hand. Florida State now. Oh, boy. 3-possession game. Doesn't look like too much is going to happen here. There you go. Extend it to 44. Oh, baby. Big-time win here for Jackie Moon. But a big-time showing here for Ohio to even make it here. Big-time win for Florida State. Carlton went off. Terry Nichols in his last game gets a touchdown. Claude Roden got a touchdown. So D'Erico Claxton didn't even play the whole game. And Norris Dahl came in a little bit. And Jonathan Carlton, the wide receiver, had to come in because Scott Hill left the game at one point or another. Amonra Leuha, leading guy. Terry Nichols, in his final game, gets a tutty and a bowl victory. And then on the other side, you got a sack from Gaither. Cody Stallone didn't really do much, and didn't really see anything from Drake Eklund or our boy Ja'Cory Williams. Where's Ja'Cory? He got 3 tackles. He did get a deflection as a junior. We'll see if he comes back. All right, and then Ohio. Chad Hunter, the transfer from Ohio State. Not that great of a game. Obviously, he's going to get some progression, hopefully. Hopefully, this team's going to come back and be better next year, more competitive, especially with Buffalo leaving the conference. But a lot of nice, solid pieces to build on for this team from the transfer portal last year. And he didn't recruit this year. He's saving that whole budget for the transfer portal as well, so we'll see what happens there. But Jackie Moon, you do get a off-season strategy. I'm going to throw it up on screen for you. And make sure to DM me. If I don't hear from you, then I will DM you. But let me know which of the 4 you'd like. And then we'll go from there. So moving on here. Hill is not SFA. All right, now we have Stanford and Oklahoma. So, Jay Jettas, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. We are in the Hot Takes Barstool Arizona Bowl. Is Terrell Remmers going to be back? That is the question. Or is it going to be Travis Cooper? against a sneaky Stanford team that we have not yet watched yet today or this year. Remember, they got the #1 recruit in the country. Desmond Stryker, the middle linebacker, is going to Stanford. And Oklahoma got one of the best. Sought-after recruits in Shaquille Wild Goose. So we'll see. I don't see anything from Jay Jettas quite yet. Number 18 team in the country. Almost got an invite to the Citrus Bowl, but some of those conference championships didn't fall the right way. He probably would have been the recipient of the Citrus Bowl berth had Arkansas State and Ohio State done their jobs. But we're here now in the Arizona Bowl. I don't see Jay Jettas, so it's a kick. And here we go. We're down here in Tucson. Crazy things have happened in this place before. 7-7 to start it out. Nothing too crazy happening yet. And 14-7 here at halftime. 17-7 now. Oklahoma running away with it here. But Stanford coming up clutch. Remember, and Terrell Rimmer is actually back for this game. So interesting storyline there. Travis Cooper, and they're now kind of running away with this one as they get a quick score. Can Stanford stay up? No, this is now a 3-score game. And this one probably is going to end for them. Stanford, they do get in, but they're still just not close enough. 10-point win here for Oklahoma. Jay Jettas will get himself an offseason strategy. Remmers came back. He had a couple of touchdowns. Jerome Jones punching it in. Take a look. Remmers, 2 touchdowns as a sophomore. Nicely done. Jerome Jones popping off as well. Redshirt senior. All sorts of people caught the ball. Matt Proctor doing his thing. 3 sacks from Callahan. Big-time game. Harvey as well. Gibson and McKinney. Jay Phoenix doing his thing. All right. And then Stanford, Ryan Hawkins. What's a triangle? I sent a triangle. Oh, is that a... What is that? Oh, that's a cheer. All right, Coach K, thank you for the cheer. I don't know what that is, but let's go. Remember, follow and subscribe with Twitch Prime, and your help and support fund Pinhead's National Championship trophy that I'm going to have to send him unwillingly when he ends up winning it all. All right, so that's going to be it here in Arizona. Let's keep it going. All right, Wisconsin and Coastal Carolina is the next one. It's going to be a very fun game, so let me get my... I don't typically see the... Oh, my. A lot of cheers. 29 cheers. Let's go. That's crazy how that looks on the stream. 29 cheers. Popping off, son. All right. So another bowl trophy. I don't really save those, but let's keep moving on here. All right, it is time for one of my more anticipating games. Really excited for this one. It is the Pinheads Quick Lane Bowl, mainly because Wisconsin has Kim Stingley back. Coastal Carolina has CJ Irons back. So it's 2 crazy good teams that got destroyed by injuries on the field at full strength. Can't wait for this one. Tribe, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, but you're back at full strength. The team that beat ECU in overtime at home. Choke Job Irons is back as the starter for Coastal. In the bowl, there he is. And Wisconsin gets their star running back for one more game before he goes to the NFL. We're here in Detroit in the, what is this? Is it the Ford Field? Ford Center? I think it's the Ford Field. Oh yeah, you got 2 active coaches fighting it out. Tribe, man, I'm facing you first in fantasy football as well. You're gonna beat me there too. Tribe just has my number. All right, here we go. Yeah, Ford Field. We got Wisconsin, we got Coastal Carolina. Yeah, this is more of a home game, so he said tails and kick. Yeah, definitely a long trek for Coastal. But they do get to wear those nice home jerseys as they finished higher in the rankings. All right, here we go at first period, and Coastal starts out with a quick score. They go up quickly, 2 scores. Oh, my. So not the start I was expecting, but Wisconsin brings it right back, and bam, of course. 2-score leads getting blown all the time by CJ Irons. 21-21 at the half. Let's see what happens in this third quarter. Wisconsin, a big-time drive up 3. Coastal can't get anything done, but the defense is holding here. And as we go to the fourth quarter, 1 play at a time, and they don't convert. CJ, but they go for it. CJ Irons pass to AJ Samuel, the SFA player, to take the lead. Holy smokes, what a big-time call from Coastal Carolina. As now we're getting to the nitty-gritty, a 1-point lead, and they had to punt it back to choke job Irons. And it's 4th down. Let's get into it. Here comes the punt. Wisconsin, we saw him beat the Big Ten champions live on game day. We saw them in BearCave beat ECU. Can they come back and beat Coastal Carolina? Chris Battle on the return. This one's been completely back and forth. You got the old-timey pro-style offense here for Wisconsin against a Coastal Carolina team that is anything but pro-typical, as we're yamming it to the corner. A wide-open man! But who else is it? Dan Katz, the SFA tight end for Wisconsin. An absolute savage, and that's his first catch of the day. First and 10, they hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. He runs around the defender, and he's tripped up. Coach Tribe bringing out all the stops here. Cedric Morris, not known for his running skills, puts the moves on, gets about 3. Hey, Jarkus, he beat me too. I'm not happy about it. All right, here we go, Morris. What a dot, and he finds his man, Dan Katz. This man is unstoppable. I got to put Dan Katz in the first round of my mock draft. He is insane. He started his career at Western Michigan, transferred over once Fink got fired to Wisconsin, and he made his way up the depth chart, and he's one of the best tight ends in the country. As there's Kim Stingley, the man who got hurt the week after the ECU game. He has 100 yards, 2 TDs, one of the best running backs in the country. Kim Stingley out of the backfield, over the middle, drag route, and are they going to get there? 3rd and inches for Derek Gray as we inch under the 3 minutes, 30-second yard marker. Wisconsin poised to take the lead, whether it be field goal or touchdown. It's going to once again come down to a choke job Irons drive. Interesting formation. We're going to run quick option, and it doesn't work. Tribe, what are you doing? Donald Cohan blows that one up, and out comes the field goal kicker. Center hashes to take a 2-point lead. Wisconsin down by 1. They're going to And it's good. Wisconsin takes the lead. It didn't look all that inspiring at the start. All right, so Coastal Carolina and CJ Irons, one of the most polarizing quarterbacks in the country. What can they do here? Nice little return. Gets out to about the 23. AJ Samuel, SFA player. All right. CJ Irons in the backfield. First time we've seen him since mid-season, honestly. Hands that off here. He stiffies one man, runs over another. He's still going. Oh, my, what a run. Tyrone Mayhew, his first carry of the day, and he breaks like 4 tackles. First and 10, it's going to be a screen pass out wide, and that goes nowhere. Trying to get it to Donovan Swanson, the #1 target, the highest paid player out of the transfer portal last season. All right, 2nd and 10 now. A handoff out wide. They have room. Wisconsin can't get there. The speed was too much. Kenny Mathis, one of the best players in the G5. First and 10 now. CJ is driving, but like I said, he's affectionately known as Choke Job Irons for a reason. Kenny Mathis driving down. So maybe we might want to give that name to D. Dowis at this point. He's had himself a hell of a game. 15 for 28, 2 tutties. A great return to action. Can they knock off the Big Ten team who's not had the best day today? He's throwing that. Oh, my God. Sean Sutton drops an easy one. That was right to him. CJ gets lucky. Minute 30 left, plenty of time as they're inside the 35. They can run their offense as they please, and they are going to. It's going to be option. No one's out there to cover him. Oh! What a play by the defender as CJ tried to cut inside. If he would have just pitched it, they probably would still be running. 33-yard line here for Coastal. 3rd and 9, minute 10 left. CJ, he drops back. Corner blitz, and that's all. They're calling it a catch and a first down. Donovan Swanson, the transfer portal pickup, coming up clutch at the biggest moments. That was a floater, a duck, and Swanson brings it in. CJ's going to keep it up the middle, and he gets about 4. This drive's still alive. They're in field goal range for the win, so they could just sit on the rock and go home. 2nd and 6, that's what they're going to do. They're going to run out this clock and potentially win the game on a field goal. Can Choke Job Irons get a game-winning drive in the Pinhead Quick Lane Bowl? Under 10 seconds left here on the play clock. CJ Irons, 2nd and 6. Here's the snap. It's going to be a blitz. He hangs on to it. He floats it to the end zone. 1-on-1, and it's dropped by the defender. Wisconsin had the easiest chance to win the bowl game, and they drop it. They stay in field goal range. Oh, a disaster for the defense. They're going to run another play. He's yamming it to the end zone again. Wide open, man, but no, out of bounds. The toe was on the line. Hart couldn't do it. They're going to have to kick a field goal. 6 seconds left. Wisconsin will get a chance, but this is from left hash to take the lead. The kick. And it's good. Coastal gets bailed out here, but there's 3 seconds on the clock. Can Tribe do the unthinkable? They're going to return it. Kim Stingley on the return. He breaks one and he goes down. And that's the game. Choke job Irons no more. CJ Irons wins it for Coastal Carolina in the Pinheads Quick Lane Bowl here in Detroit, shocking the home field favorites, Wisconsin. They had the lead with under a minute left, and they choked it away. Oh my, what a game. Coastal walks it off. It was hairy there at the end. Yep, 2 drop picks, and Wisconsin goes home 7-6. But once again, this is a team just like West Virginia, projected at 3 wins this year, had themselves a hell of a season. They beat the Big Ten champs on game day. They beat ECU, who's a playoff team. A lot of good things to look forward to for this team in the future, especially you have Battle as well as the running back. This team looks solid for years to come. What a win for CJ Irons. That is what you do to cement your legacy. Speaking of legacies, this next game, oh baby. All right, let's see how this one shook out as well. It was back and forth all day long. Mathis, and then they took an early lead, and then Stingley did his magic. He got a kickoff return, too, in his final game, and he couldn't get it at the end. Mathis as well. It was just Mathis and Stingley going back and forth all day, it seemed. Insane. What a crazy game. You got Cedric Morris here. No pass TDs. It was all Stingley. Dan Katz didn't get into the action till the end. Brandon Cotton, and that, I mean, here's the problem. They didn't really generate any extracurricular plays. Couple of tackles for loss, but you didn't catch any of those deflections. You didn't make any of those crazy stops. Had to rely on a kickoff return for a touchdown at the very end. Almost potentially could have gotten it. He did break a tackle, but Coastal Carolina, CJ Irons, the sophomore, will be back next year. Is next year the year they make a run with AJ Samuel and CJ Irons? That's going to be fun to watch. Donovan Swanson, a couple fantastic catches there at the end of that drive. Things are looking up for the Coastal coach. Sack here. They didn't get a pick or anything, so really kind of dormant defenses on both sides, but Coastal comes away with the win. Very entertaining game. That was a fun one. I love when the bowl games end in watchable content rather than just a sim blowout. All right. CJ Irons, Kim Stingley, both coming back. Both get players of the games. That's what you love to see. All right, folks, we got a few more games left here. Next up is going to be the debut of the CC Sportsbook Music City Bowl. Debut of this user bowl. First time it's ever been a user bowl. Pittsburgh and Coach Crew taking on Iowa State. And Ron, and you might ask, why is this team a 10-point favorite? Well, folks, let me tell you, Heisman Trophy winner Kiko Strong is back for this game. So, Coach Ron, I've seen you in chat. Let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. One last ride for Kiko Strong. He got injured early in the year after I think when they were 3-1, they lost a game because of him getting injured. So, last game for Kiko in the snow. He is ready. He broke the wrist. It's nice and healed. Taking on Pittsburgh, who's next year is actually moving divisions. because of the realignment changes today, or this season. So, can Iowa State, can Kiko have a big-time game to send him off? Welcome in, N-Dot. Our Discord is in any of the descriptions of our videos or on my Twitch page. I don't have a command set up for it. So if you want to check it out, you can. Want to coach a team, now is the perfect time to join, as once the playoff is over, you'll be able to pick a team. But right now, we're in the Music City Bowl. We had snow in Memphis. Now it's only fair. We have snow at the Nissan Stadium. Coach Crew against Iowa State. And a lot of the core players from this Iowa State team that helped them make a playoff run last season are leaving after today. A quick start here for Iowa State. And they kind of stumble, but there's a touchdown. We'll see what Kiko Strong can do. His entire time at this school has been him basically outscoring defenses at will, like 60-50. And Iowa State takes a mean lead here at half. Obviously, having Kiko Strong, the best player in the country, hands down, is an easy choice. But Pittsburgh coming back as per usual. So, still a one-score possession. Jaws Patterson still at quarterback. Can Kiko? Yes, he does. He punches it in. So, unless Pittsburgh gets this back within a score, we are not going to be watching. So, come on, Pittsburgh, do something cool. Or is Iowa State just going to kill them? Tough draw, because when Kiko is out there, this team dominates. One of the best teams in the country. Definitely not a 6-6 team. And that is going to be it. The last ride for Iowa State. As we close this one out. Our playoffs this year, it is Clemson is the number 1, Buffalo's number 2, Georgia's number 3, Nebraska's number 4, Ole Miss number 5, ECU, East Carolina, number 6, Ohio State number 7, and 8 is Notre Dame. So Jaws Patterson started out with a big time, and then Kiko did his thing, 3 straight touchdowns. He got himself a run, and then they tried to battle back. Houseway got himself something, and Ricardo Joseph gets himself a touchdown as well. But we knew that one was coming. Kiko Strong, his final game of his career, 440 yards, 4 TDs, 2 interceptions, as he is going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. You got Johnny Sellers, this team not really known for running the ball. Jeff Pimpton, SFA player, Kyle Houseway, in his final game gets a touchdown. And then on defense, Stevie Scumbag, Barry Bumpus doing his thing as a senior. His final game gets himself a sack. Chaz Weber doing his thing as well. Emmett McKinney in his final game gets 5 tackles. SFA player, the lowest starting overall in history. Joel Ward, SFA guy, coming back. Harrison Smith, the BearCave reward player. His career's over. Jabari Stratford coming back for another year. And then we got some young guns, Quentin Appleby, Zadie Likes, and Lou Underwood. All right, now looking at Pittsburgh, we got Jaws Patterson, the freshman. Great game for him, honestly. Daniel Sisk, what a pickup in the transfer portal. He has one more year. And maybe they can get a wide receiver from the portal this time. On defense, Lacoby Dean played in his last game, big-time game. Rafi Spriggs coming back. And then they need to start building some more SFA talent that they used to have on this team. But this is a tough showing for Pittsburgh. I mean, just because you're facing Kiko in his last game, he was not going to lose that game. Yeah, I don't play into the bait anymore. I'm done with it. All right. Iowa Pitt. Here we go. ISU. All right, next up. Next up is we have Illinois and SMU. While on paper this game doesn't look like an insane matchup, SMU might be the only team in the country that can say that they own Coach Flame back at his days at Baylor. He always lost to him early on in the year. This is the Hobbs Mayo Bowl. So if you're here, Flame, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is one of his worst seasons he's had as a coach. But he has a chance to make it all better by beating one of his biggest rivals. If Flame can overcome SMU, I would say that this year, this quote-unquote down year for Flame, is a win. He wants the ball. Yeah, Big Ten is in shambles today. They have 2 losses, and not even good losses, like some rough losses to G5 teams. Flame wants heads, and he wants the ball. Oh, he wants the ball. Whew. But you're facing the second best quarterback in the country this season in Patterson. So let's see what happens. First drive, nothing doing for both teams. And now we got a long drive for Illinois. Remember, they have that disgusting rushing attack with Allstott and Boogie Toes. So let's see. Illinois takes the lead. This is going to be a tough game for SMU. This is a high-quality team that just kind of had a down year. They were the Citrus Bowl champs last year with this core, pretty much. But as we enter the fourth quarter now, hold your horses. SMU is coming up clutch. They get a tutty. Anything can happen here. We're going to watch it if it gets within 1 score at the 5-minute mark. But here comes Illinois right back, punching them right back in the dick. They go up 2 scores now with the double, with the 2-point conversion. But SMU, obviously, they are not going to go away empty-handed. Or will they? No, they get the first down. Patterson, can he punch it in? No! Intercepted! All right, Patterson choking. Can Illinois finish him off? Illinois is driving. Allstott taking this team on his back and giving them a bowl win in the Mayo Bowl. Dump Mayo all over this man's head. He just ran his way into the record books. Illinois takes down SMU. Coach Flame beats one of his biggest rivals in SFA history. Allstott carrying the team on his back. What a win, and honestly, what a way to make up for such a disappointing year. Tim Miles had himself a day. If he can replicate this next year, Illinois will be right back in the mix. But 161 yards for the big guy, the senior, in his final game. And then all eyes next season are on Boogie Toes, the freshman speedster. He learned a lot from Allstott this year, so we'll see what he can do. And then an all SFA player, or an all SFA receiving core here, going crazy. And then Breastfeeder and Nigel Pancake. He gave up 2 sacks today, so hold up. But this is one of the best user offensive lines in the country, so you got to watch out for this rushing attack next year. On defense, Allen got a sack. Then David Williams got that all-important interception. Vince Wilfork, will he be back? He did not get a sack today. Freshman All-American Xavier James didn't get a sack either, but he got a tackle for loss. And yeah, so that is going to do it for the Illinois side. And then you got Ryan Patterson, 13 of 25. He had a terrible game. Will we see him back next year? He is only a junior. Rushing attack as well was kind of rough. This offense just did not have a good day. 2 sacks here for James. You love to see it. Aaron Williams as well. They got into the backfield a lot, but they couldn't force any turnovers or anything like that. No big plays. And that is how the game shook out. I don't know if I showed the scoring summary. I'm just going to show it again. Patterson got a run, Spencer, and then Allstott. Yeah, so big time win here for Illinois. I know when he saw the matchup against SMU, his heart dropped. But Allstott making his career worthwhile. He went to Illinois when they're just a CPU team. Didn't really do much first couple of years as he was behind a couple great players. And then, but this year he got the reins to the offense and he wins them the bowl game. Big time. All right, so as we start to head into the final 3 games of the stream, next up, we got North Carolina and Iowa and the Big Ten winners. Coach Jarkus, they just barely missed out on a Citrus Bowl berth. Yes, sir, we are on RPCS 3. All right, so next up, so we have North Carolina, a team who lost the tiebreaker for the ACC championship. All right, here we go. The Latina Juice Gator Bowl. All right. So, Siraxis, Brio, if you're here, let me know. You get priority, but I know Jarkus is here. So, I'm going to give you about 5 to 10 seconds, and then I'm just going to hop in with Jarkus. But Big Ten champ. First time ever we've had a Big Ten West team upset the East. Crazy scenes. Almost got them from unranked to a Citrus Bowl. But one of my favorite teams of all, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the SFA, Richardson. So we'll see what happens here. If you had to choose a team or a player in the SFA right now that's the closest to being an HSFA player, like Martin Black or Chad Barber, would have to be Richardson. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Jarkus, let me know, kick or receive. We have rain here in the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. It's artificial. It's all Latina Juice raining down all game. So Iowa wants to kick no matter what in true Iowa Hawkeye fashion. But North Carolina, the first year for Siraxis Brio, the man, the brain behind Chet Doge's explosion. He brought it to North Carolina, the mastermind who doesn't talk in the server. And he's gotten 8 wins in year 1. So big time. He's a big time coach. Flies under the radar. He will be in my division next year. So I'm scared of Siraxis Brio. We got kick here for Iowa, one of my favorite rosters in the SFA. TIAA Bank Field, home of the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. A lot of Hawkeye fans here. As you got Chandler Johnson, the transfer from Texas A&M, and Garza, the transfer from Buffalo, calling the coin toss. So no one coin toss there. Propaganda never sleeps, Mushbrain. All right, North Carolina, though, punching him right in the mouth. Dan Davis, he's going to have to come back, do something special here. And Iowa not doing much in the first half. Kind of like that Nebraska game, but they get on the board. Only 10-7. It's anybody's game now. Third quarter here in the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. And North Carolina goes up 10, and we are going in. Who is going to win this game? North Carolina still up 10. No change. Jason Richardson having to just throw it away. North Carolina has the ball back. Can they drive? They're still going. They're eating this clock away. Up 10. Can they punch it in? How long is this drive? And it's a touchdown. Oh, Lord. Iowa now. They score quickly back to 10 points. Onside kicks recovered. Remember, we do not jump in unless it's a one-score game. Interception! It's an interception for Iowa. Can they capitalize and bring it back? No! Jason Richardson gets intercepted by Green. And now they just are going to kneel it out. Iowa cannot get this win unless... No good by Roberts. It's still... There's a chance. They're down 10. Can they make something happen? 3 seconds left. No! Iowa loses the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. Once again, Siraxis Brio, The man who doesn't talk gets a massive victory. It's just Iowa just couldn't do much. Every drive just kept stalling out. The Big Ten champs just couldn't make it happen. Jason Richardson, he'll be back next year as a redshirt junior. Most likely will be in that 99 overall range. And you got to think this team could be a favorite next year, assuming they get this rushing game figured out. Who's going to replace Dan Davis and all of that production? Is Jarkus going to be active in the transfer portal? Did he already sign a running back? I don't remember. But Sua Sailor, 9 tackles. Booth didn't get himself a sack, but a lot of tackles for loss. Baker doing his thing. Ackerman, and then Eric Sweeney got himself a pick, SFA player. Tate with a monster pick, but they just couldn't get it done. But, I mean, honestly, if you're Iowa, like, yeah, you wanted to win the bowl game, but having that Big Ten championship is so much better. Josh Harris didn't really do much, but he did enough. Stanky Leg got a carry. He is the ultimate culture fit. That's why he's always on these rosters. And Preston Tame, SFA player, his final game, 5 pancakes. And then Chandler Johnson, the transfer from Texas A&M in his final game. And they got a pick from Green there as well. So a lot happening there. So definitely an interesting day for the Big Ten. I'm not sure how you feel about that Big Ten, but do they only have 1 win today? I feel like they only have 1 win. I know Northwestern pulled it out, but does the Big Ten only have 1 win right now? Hold on, I gotta check that. Because that would be crazy. Oh, Illinois got it. That's right. Illinois was the other one. I was like, there's no way it's only 1. So let's just check it real quick. The Big Ten. Oh, Penn State got a win too. So you got 1, 2, 3. And then Minnesota won their game as well. All right, so it's not that bad of a showing. It just maybe on this stream is a little rough. But now it's time for one of the more even matchups. We got Texas A&M, freshman All-American. Rex Beavers taking on Kansas, who somehow choked away a chance at the playoff. Losing the division in the final week against Kansas State. Fink. So, Skook, if you're here, let me know. Fink, if you're here, let me know. Final game for Kyle White. First bowl game for Texas A&M. I think a lot of people said this season that 8-4 was a disappointment for Texas A&M, but considering what they did last year, freshman Rex Beavers getting to 8 wins is magical. He is set to be one of the best quarterbacks in our league to come. The AI Alamo Bowl. Here we go. I don't see anybody in chat. We're just going to get into it. Kyle White versus Skook and Rex Beavers. 2 SFA quarterbacks. Plenty of players on both sides. SFA guys, we're in a dome here. AI Alamo. I think this is the Alamo Dome, is it not? The UTSA Stadium? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure. I don't see any of the people here. Ooh, the cheers gave you a cool icon next to your name. That's kind of cool. All right. Texas A&M and Kansas. One of the as you guys know, our bowl season is always randomly generated in terms of matchups. So it's always cool to get a really even matchup like this. And we only have 1 more game in this BearCave stream before we get on to the main event, the Citrus Bowl. So long day today, but we don't have anything like recruits or anything later on. So plenty of time. And remember, folks, if you win your bowl game, winner of this game gets an off-season strategy. If you won your bowl game, you get one of these 4. If you have questions about it, DM me. I will be DMing everybody after the game, after the games tonight who did win. to make sure I get their strategy so you get your bonuses for winning your bowl games. It's a huge program boost. I don't see Skook here, so we're going to go heads and kick. And this is potentially a showcase for all coaches. The corner for Texas A&M, Ozzie Merkins, is headed to the transfer portal. Coach Skook promised him freshman All-American. He did not get there. So if we see some gameplay from him a little later, watch out because this is great scouting opportunity. But, oh my, Kansas falling flat on their face here in the first quarter. As it's 14-0 early on, can Kansas battle back? Yes, they do. Kyle White, his final game of his career, the journeyman quarterback. He started at Notre Dame. He then transferred to Coastal Carolina, and then he transferred to Kansas. 21-7 here. Can Kansas battle back? It doesn't look like it. Texas A&M is giving them the business. Oh, no. Think just collapsing here at the end of the year. He may not even come out with any hardware. There's a quick tutty there to J.J. Justice from Kyle White. Can they find a way back into this game? Rex Beavers. Remember, we do not jump in unless it's a one-score game. Beavers. All right, here you go, Kansas. You have the ball. Drop by Justice, sacked, 3rd and 17, 4th and 14. What's the call? Incomplete for Grant. Texas A&M takes over. Hope may be lost as Beavers. Can he finish them? Incomplete. Kyle White has the ball. They're going crazy. Can they get this? They're inside a minute. There it is. All right, we're inside a score. Can Kansas get the onside kick? The faint hope. Oh yeah, man. Last year, the playoffs, the national championship matchup was a matchup nobody even had. So it's always craziness. So game on the line. Can Kansas keep their AI Alamo Bowl hopes alive? It's picked up by the receiver, and there it is. Percy Knox, the SFA player, is going to send Texas A&M home with a victory. Kansas travels down to Texas, and they get beaten. Assuming Rex Beavers doesn't do something stupid, the freshman outlasts Kansas. We got to watch the kneel downs just to make sure nothing funky happens in the sim. Been doing this for years, so maybe one more snap, but Kansas' magical season comes to an end. No Big 12, no bowl game win. And Skook in his first season with Rex Beavers, they faced Georgia, they faced Clemson, they faced ECU, some of the best teams in the country, and they still come out with 9 wins and a bowl win. Absolutely electric. Rex Beavers on fire. He had 4 touchdown passes. J.J. Justice had 3 receptions. TDs. Rex Beavers, what a game. What a start to his career here. Andy Hughes. Percy Knox gets a touchdown. Miller had 3 tutties. What a game for Texas A&M. Chad Johnson here. John Williams, you had 2 sacks. Jackie Knight didn't get a sack, SFA player. And for Kansas, it's going to be a new era next year as Kyle White, one of the longtime quarterbacks in our league, he did not throw an interception in his last game. It was not his fault. Big-time stats. Second leading passer in the country this year. Robert Thomas did his job on the ground. J.J. Justice, as a junior, he's coming back for 1 more year as their starter at wide receiver and cornerback. And on defense, this is the end, though, for David McCormick, SFA player, the 6'10", massive middle linebacker. Patrick Chung should be coming back. Tez White as well, and J.J. Justice hopefully doesn't declare. Charisma Mukaida didn't do much. So there it is. I checked both teams. All right, let's get out of here. Oh boy, my voice is hurting in these bowl streams. Whew. We've gone for 2 hours here. Let's go. So big time bowl stream. It's what you like to see. A lot of content after a rough conference championship week, to say the least. All right, but we got one more big time game here before we get to only game day games remaining. We have got ourselves a treat, as we got Boston College and we have Baylor. Yes, Baylor is playing on a bowl stream. This is the first time in the modern era since we switched to NCAA 14 that Baylor is not in the college football playoff. A 6-year run wiped out. They came in 9th, not 8th. So Baylor's dream of 7 in a row is over. They did everything they had to do except beat Nebraska. But they get the Outback Bowl here, the most prestigious bowl game that for the CPU teams. That is not the playoffs. So this is the equivalent of the Citrus Bowl for a CPU team. Baylor and Boston College. It was going to be Arkansas, but we don't do rematches here. We don't do rematches in bowl season, especially same conference. So Baylor and Boston College it is. Boston College themselves have always been number 2 in their division after Clemson. So we'll see if they can have what it takes to slay the beast. Baylor has always been the team to beat. Baylor and Clemson. This team was in the national championship last year. But they want an Outback Bowl. They want to show the committee that they made the wrong decision. A committee that on record said that they did not care about the injuries sustained to Colt Brennan in their losses to Colorado and Arkansas. So Baylor has a chip on their shoulder, wants to show that the streak should not have ended. So let's see what happens. They are going to kick Colt Brennan there. Braylon Burnside as well in the backfield. And here we go. 7 minutes. Boston College and Baylor, a massive matchup. Boston College scores first. Baylor comes right back. Evenly matched first quarter as we go on to the second. Braylon Burnside, he scores. Tons of SFA players on both sides, and they're going back and forth, back and forth. Here we go. It's not misinformation, Yui. That's the reason that they got left out. All right, 27-23. Baylor has the lead. All right. And Baylor, they take the lead here. So once it gets back within one score, we'll jump on in. Boston College, 34-29. They do get it. David Tyree, the SFA player. So here we go. We're going to jump on in. Baylor has the ball up 3 with under 4 minutes left. And Colt Brennan, he's running it. And he gets himself a first down. Jay Jettas, why don't you watch the games? You just come in here, ask who won. Oh, Colt Brennan, he gets sacked this time. So a couple first downs will win it here for Baylor. Colt Brennan floats it wide open, man. First down, Baylor. Boston College on their back foot now. Eric Morris with the catch. Eric Morris, that is the backup quarterback here in the slot. Interesting. So they have the backup quarterback. And Braylon Burnside, the SFA running back. He has 75 yards today. So must be an athlete type receiver who also played quarterback. 2nd and 6 now. They're going to start running clock here. Baylor is so used to these situations, these tight games on the biggest stages. They have all of the momentum here. They just need a couple more first downs. Just start whittling away those timeouts. Takeo Spikes in the middle, the SFA player, the middle linebacker for Boston College. You got Colt Brennan. They bring a blitz. He dumps it off. That's what he's known for. And he goes down Braylon Burnside for a loss, but he stays in bounds. What a play by the veteran. to whittle away the clock, knowing how important it was. Colt Brennan has 5 touchdowns here today against Boston College. 5! All right, 3rd and 9. Can Baylor get off the field? And that's going to be a first down for Baylor. Scott McMillan, a big-time play, and Boston College now is going to have to start using those timeouts. Cole Brennan, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Had he not gotten injured, probably would have been in the Heisman race. As we're across the 50 now, it's inevitable, barring a turnover, and Brennan goes down. Both these teams have been in the playoff. Obviously. Baylor, Colt Brennan again. Why are you running it with him? 3rd and 10 now. So Boston College can still get the ball back. Third and 10, they just hand it off to Braylon Burnside, and he goes down. So Boston College down 3 is going to get the ball back without a minute, about a minute left. No timeouts. It'll be Matthew Murray. Can he have a game-winning drive with David Tyree, Kyrie Irving? Fourth and 11. Clock is ticking. And they actually called a fair catch there inside the 20. So a long field here for Boston College. A minute left. They called it the fair catch at the 13. Matthew Murray, the SFA player, with Kyrie Irving, and then David Tyree at the bottom of the screen. Can they do the unthinkable on the line? The line holding up. You got Lance Tomahawk, Henry Davis there. SFA players at the center in the right the right guard slot. This is the last of the dying breed of the SFA players on Boston College. 2nd and 10, 58 seconds left. Can they do something crazy? Shad Boyko, bottom of your screen. He's jamming it deep. Is there going to be somebody? No, and they drop it. Clarence Carter, that was it. That would have sealed the game. 52 seconds left. And if we look at the defense, some of the best players in the history of the SFA, you've got Jamal Okiki, the 7th, number 25. Shad Boyko, the bottom of that line, the all-time leading sack leader. They dump it off. Open man, he gets a first down. All Boston College needs is a field goal. What a game for Hughes. Matthew Murray, they're cooking. Clock is ticking, though. Watch out, Shad Boyko. Bottom, he's swim move, and they get it again. Big hit, and he converts Kyrie Irving. Another first down. Boston College working against the clock, though. Only 37 seconds. Clock is ticking. Rocky Kalmus was on that last tackle. Matthew Murray dumps it off again. That's not going to do much. Wait, broken tackles. Kyrie Irving, another first down. Clock stops. They're hurrying it up. Time is ticking. Matthew Murray again. 25 seconds left. Dumping it off once again. This time he gets the big hit. Chris Hunter, clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. We are in yamming range, but this might be one of the last plays. 14 seconds left. They need to get into field goal range or just throw it to the end zone. 3rd and 7 here for Boston College. Can they do the unthinkable? What is the call? Are they just going to yam it deep, or are they going to try for a field goal? They probably need about 20 yards to even think about it. 3rd and 7. Murray, he has time. He throws it, and he completes. That's Greg Jennings. 9 seconds left. If they hurry this up, they can still get 2 plays. They're going to spike it. And they're wasting time here, and now they're down to 1 play left, unless it's a very quick out route or something. No timeouts left. You cannot get sacked. It looks like they're just going to throw a Hail Mary to the end zone. To slay the beast, to slay Baylor, and to win the Outback Bowl, Matthew Murray. Hail Mary time. He yams it deep. 3-on-1, and who else? Jamal Okeke, the 7th, secures the Outback Bowl for Baylor. The surefire top 5 pick secures the game, knocks it down, and Baylor is victorious. They win the Outback Bowl, showing everybody why they should not have been left out of the playoff. But they get a win, and some of the best players in the history of our league go out as winners. Three-on-one, Jamal Okeke clears, man. What a play to end your career. That's the way to do it if you're Jamal Okeke. Big time. Doesn't mean they should have. So Matthew Murray, his final game. The last of the era of the crazy quarterback controversies between Marcus Davis, Matthew Murray, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Shad Boyko goes out. Jamal Okeke. So let's take a look, see how this game shook out. Kyrie Irving's. Hughes. He had a big-time day. Couple monster plays. Got a safety here. McMillan, and David Tyree. Colt Brennan, he might be coming back next year. 346, 5 touchdowns and 1 interception. Had he not been injured, man, they would have probably gone undefeated until, obviously, the Big 12 championship. Braylon Burnside here. Didn't have really that big of a day. Definitely was more of a passing day. McMillan. Crazy how the quarterback, Eric Morris, the backup here, got involved in the pass game. Might have had an injury or something and just threw him in there. He had some good catches. On defense, Rocky Kalmus, the SFA player, he leaves the team. 8 tackles, some big ones on that final drive. And then Jamal Okeke, the 7th, obviously. The Nigerian night animal gets the deflection on the Hail Mary to end his career. And Shad Boyko, the all-time sack leader in the SFA in terms of players. And then, just end of an era for this Baylor team. We'll see if they can continue to be good. They're currently projected to have the best class in recruiting, so see what they can do next year. Boston College, Matthew Murray, his career is over. Really good day today, but that's kind of how Boston College has really been the last couple of years. Always just one step away. They lose by 3 here. They lost on a Hail Mary to Clemson last year. Kyrie Irving, the SFA player, his final game, he gets a touchdown, almost to 100 yards. David Tyree in his last year, the BearCave reward player, he gets a touchdown. And then Henry Davis on offense, his final game, 3 pancakes. And then on defense, Takeo Spikes, SFA middle linebacker, 6 tackles. And I don't think they had any other SFA players on the defense left. And Randy Orton, his final game, he got 1 inside the 20. He got 2 touchbacks. Fine day for him. All right, so that is going to do it here for the Bulls. We're just going to make sure that that I got all of the bowl games simmed that we're supposed to. So Colt Brennan, Matthew Murray, players of the game. All right, so just want to make sure I got all the bowl games. This is game day, obviously. We'll see this game in a little bit. Playoff, playoff. Playoff. Placeholder game for a semifinal. Playoff. Placeholder game for the other semifinal. And then obviously the placeholder for the natty. Okay, cool. So all of the bowl games are simmed. That means there are only 8 games remaining in the SFA Season 12. They'll all be game day style. I'm going to take a quick break, probably about 5 minutes, go to the bathroom, get set up, get everything rocking. And then we'll get into the Citrus Bowl between Arizona State and Georgia Southern. And then the playoff, I'm projecting us to start that probably next Monday. I'm hoping, but I don't know for sure yet. So hang tight. It's not happening this weekend because I'm just not going to be available. I have a wedding. So, yeah. So, going to stop here. This VOD will be available later on. Remember, your off-season strategies, I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. If you won a bowl game today, great. Please DM me your choice. If you didn't win a bowl game, you don't get the choice, unfortunately. So, just let me know. I will be DMing anybody who doesn't DM me. So, yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and any support. We got some cheering. We got a follow or two. So, thank you guys. And we'll be back here in a few minutes.